Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're breaking down a game-changing proposal by Russian President Vladimir Putin, a new BRICS Parliament designed to challenge Western dominance on the global stage. If you're passionate about geopolitics and global power dynamics, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The world is shifting. For decades, the West has dominated global affairs. The United States and its allies have shaped international institutions. They have set the rules of trade and finance. But a new era is dawning. A group of emerging economies is challenging the established order. These nations are known as BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. In a move that has sent ripples through the halls of power, Russian President Vladimir Putin has unveiled a proposal for a BRICS Parliament. This ambitious plan reflects the growing assertiveness of these nations. They are no longer content to be rule-takers. They want a seat at the table where decisions are made. The proposed parliament is a direct challenge to the existing global governance structures. It signals a potential shift in power from west to east. The world watches with bated breath. The stakes are high. The outcome of this power struggle will shape the 21st century. It will determine the course of globalization. It will impact everything from trade and security to climate change and technological innovation. The rise of BRICS represents a fundamental realignment of the global order. How the West responds will have profound implications for the future. The BRICS nations are a diverse group. They span multiple continents and represent a wide range of cultures and political systems. However, they are united by a common goal. They seek to increase their influence on the world stage. This desire stems from their shared experience of rapid economic growth. They have witnessed firsthand the limitations of the current global order. BRICS countries have become major players in the global economy. They account for a significant portion of global GDP. They are home to some of the world's largest populations and fastest-growing markets. Their economic clout has translated into greater political influence. They are now key players in international forums like the G20 and the United Nations. However, BRICS nations argue that the current global governance system does not reflect their growing economic and political weight. They point to the dominance of Western nations in institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. They are also frustrated by what they see as a lack of progress on issues like climate change and global development. This frustration has fueled their desire for a more equitable and representative world order. Vladimir Putin's proposal for a BRICS parliament is a bold move. It is a clear signal that BRICS nations are no longer content with the status quo. They are ready to challenge the existing power structures and create a new world order that reflects their interests. The proposal calls for the creation of a parliamentary body. This body would provide a forum for BRICS nations to coordinate their positions on global issues. The proposed parliament would give BRICS nations a stronger voice on the world stage. It would allow them to present a united front on issues of common concern. This would give them greater leverage in negotiations with Western powers. The move has been met with mixed reactions. Supporters see it as a long overdue step towards a more just and equitable world order. Critics view it as a dangerous power grab that could undermine existing institutions and lead to greater global instability. The proposal is still in its early stages. Many details need to be worked out, including the structure of the parliament, its powers and functions, and the process for making decisions. However, the fact that it has been put forward at all is significant. It demonstrates the growing confidence and ambition of BRICS nations. The proposal for a BRICS parliament is a direct challenge to the West. For decades, Western nations have dominated global institutions. They have shaped the rules of the game to their advantage. But the rise of BRICS is changing the game. These emerging economies are demanding a greater say in how the world is run. The proposal has been met with apprehension in some Western capitals. Some see it as an attempt to undermine the existing world order. They fear that a BRICS parliament could become a platform for anti-Western sentiment. They worry that it could lead to a more fragmented and unstable world. Others see it as an opportunity for dialogue and cooperation. They believe that a stronger BRICS bloc could help to address global challenges like climate change and poverty. The West is now at a crossroads. It can choose to resist the rise of BRICS. This could lead to confrontation and conflict. Or it can choose to engage with these emerging powers. This could lead to a more cooperative and stable world order. The choice is ours. A voice for the global South. The BRICS nations represent more than just their own interests. They are also seen as a voice for the global South. This refers to the developing countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. These nations have long felt marginalized in global affairs. They have often been on the receiving end of decisions made by Western powers. The BRICS Parliament is seen by many as a way to give these countries a stronger voice. It would provide a platform for them to air their grievances and push for their interests. This could lead to a more equitable and just world order, one that reflects the needs and aspirations of all countries, not just the wealthy and powerful. The success of the BRICS Parliament will depend on its ability to unite the global South. If it can overcome internal divisions and present a united front, it has the potential to transform global governance. It could usher in a new era of multilateralism, one that is more inclusive and representative of the world's diverse population. The structure of a new parliament. The details of the proposed BRICS Parliament are still being worked out. However, some preliminary ideas have been floated. One proposal is to model it after the European Parliament. Each BRICS nation would send a delegation of representatives. The number of representatives would be proportional to the country's population. The Parliament would have a rotating presidency. This would ensure that each BRICS nation has an equal opportunity to lead. The Parliament would meet regularly to discuss issues of common concern. These could include trade, investment, security, and climate change. Decisions would be made on a consensus basis. This would ensure that all BRICS nations have a say in the outcome. The Parliament would have a secretariat to support its work. The secretariat would be responsible for research, analysis, and communication. It would also be responsible for organizing meetings and conferences. The BRICS Parliament would be a significant development in global governance. It would provide a new forum for dialogue and cooperation between BRICS nations. Reshaping the global economy. The BRICS Parliament has the potential to reshape the global economy. BRICS nations are already major players in global trade and investment. A unified BRICS bloc could wield even greater economic clout. This could lead to a shift in the balance of economic power away from the West and towards the East. One area where the BRICS Parliament could have a significant impact is in the reform of the global financial system. BRICS nations have long been critical of the dominance of the US dollar in the global economy. They have called for a more diversified international monetary system that is less reliant on a single currency. The BRICS Parliament could also promote greater cooperation on issues like infrastructure development and technology transfer. This could help to boost economic growth in developing countries. It could also lead to the creation of new markets for BRICS goods and services. The economic implications of the BRICS Parliament are far-reaching. It has the potential to transform the global economic landscape. A new era of global governance. The BRICS Parliament could usher in a new era of global governance, one that is more multipolar and less dominated by the West. This would be a significant departure from the post-World War II order, which was characterized by the dominance of the United States and its allies. In a multipolar world, power is more evenly distributed among a number of major powers. This can lead to a more complex and unpredictable international system, but it can also create opportunities for cooperation and collaboration. The BRICS Parliament could provide a forum for these powers to come together, to address shared challenges and to build a more peaceful and prosperous world. However, the success of the BRICS Parliament is not guaranteed. There are a number of challenges that BRICS nations will need to overcome. These include internal divisions, mistrust between member states, and the resistance of Western powers. The future of BRICS. The future of BRICS is uncertain. However, the proposal for a BRICS Parliament is a sign of the Bloc's ambition. It is a signal that BRICS nations are serious about challenging the Western-dominated global order. If the BRICS Parliament is successful, it could have a profound impact on global governance. It could lead to a more multipolar world, one in which power is more evenly distributed among a number of major powers. This would be a more complex and unpredictable world, but it could also be a more just and equitable one. The rise of BRICS is one of the most important geopolitical developments of the 21st century. It has the potential to reshape the global order. How the West responds will have profound implications for the future. In conclusion, Putin's proposal for a BRICS Parliament marks a potential turning point in global power dynamics. As the world moves towards a more multipolar order, the influence of BRICS is set to grow. Whether this new parliament will succeed in challenging Western dominance remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the global power landscape is shifting. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more in-depth analyses of the world's most critical geopolitical developments.